morning students, and a very hearty welcome to the English world of Aradhya. Myself Rashmin Dabi. Today we will begin the second lesson from Flamingo. Flamingo, remember, is your main book. Okay, all the question answers, fill-ups, punctuation marks, comprehension, everything will come from Flamingo. You have got another book, that is Vistas, but from Vistas only question answers will be asked, lesson wise question answers. Other things you don't have to prepare. So this particular book is for everything, is for punctuation marks, fill in the blanks, okay, comprehension and question answers. So we will begin your second lesson. Now students, if you remember, your first lesson was about a boy named Franz. He was a boy of France, and if you remember, there this Prussian people had captured two areas of France, Alsace and Lorraine, and because of that what trouble they face. Okay, finally they attacked their education system and they stopped teaching French language in the France school, those schools, and they started teaching German language. So that was the problem over there. Now your second lesson, Lost Spring, stories of stolen childhood. This lesson is also about such boys who are in their adolescents. They are teenagers. Okay, they are leading the life of that adolescent. But you will see a marked difference between Franz story and this people's story. Here we have got two stories in this lesson. One is about Sahib and another is about Mukesh. So in one lesson only you have two stories. Okay, both the stories give us the ideas about how they are leading their life in grinding poverty. Okay, we can say they are below BPL, below poverty line. Okay, so these people are leading here in city. We are enjoying most of the things according to our income, and we are earning well, students. Okay, so we can satisfy our basic needs plus extra needs and our wants also. While these people struggle so much that they can hardly get their two-time meals. And in the stories you will come to know that they don't even get the 2 times meal in sufficient amount. Okay, that lady will say in the lesson that she got married and came to that particular house, but she has not eaten what we say full stomach. She has never taken so much food which can satisfy her appetite fully. All the time food remained insufficient in their families. So you see what sort of poverty they are going through. Okay, because of that what problems are they facing. Plus the other guys where these people are working, their employers, they are exploiting them too much. Okay, taking plenty of work and paying very less that they can just get 2 times meal, and that also not in sufficient amount. Okay, here Sahib, if you come to know his name, his full name is Sahib-e-Alam. Now if you translate it into English, its meaning is the Lord of Universe. The Lord of Universe, पूरे ब्रह्मांड का मालिक, and he is struggling for 2 times meal. And the worst thing is, both these children, Sahib and Mukesh, they are in their younger days. That is the time of their life where they have to go for the education, they have to enjoy their childhood and teenage years. Instead of that, they have to go for the work. There is nothing like education. As soon as they come up with some years, 5 years, 8 years, 10 years, 12 years, from that time onwards their parents will send them to work, and working in very hazardous condition where their own life is put into risk. Okay, second story will tell you more, or Mukesh's story will tell you more about that hazardous condition. Even in the first story, this Sahib and all the people who are living over there are they are rag pickers. They are कचरे उठाने वाले हैं. And they try to find out something from that rag. If they find 5 rupee note or 10 rupee note, it is a big wealth for them. It is a wonderful gift for them. Okay, so all those things we will come to know. Now our writer had experienced this personally. She had seen everything, and that's why she has written, given the title, Stories of Stolen Childhood, Lost Spring. This particular time for those children is the time of spring in their life, where they have to enjoy, they have to study and enjoy. They don't have to worry about their food and other things because their parents will provide them. But here, along with the parents, they also have to work. Then only the entire family can get 2 times meal. Okay. So, students, before we move ahead, let me give you some information about our writer. I have already put on the board. I'll just read it out. The writer of this particular lesson is Anish Jung, and this is taken from his book titled Lost Spring, Stories of Stolen Childhood. That is the title. That is the book she had written, and we have taken only one excerpt from it. Excerpt means one big part of it, which is there in our lesson. Okay. Anish Jung, 1964, was born in Rourkela and spent her childhood and adolescence in Hyderabad. She received her education in Hyderabad and in the United States of America. From Hyderabad directly USA. So she got her education, I already mentioned over here, in Hyderabad and USA. Okay. Her parents were also writers, so it became easier for her to become a writer because she got all that guidance and other things from her parents from very young age. Okay. Her parents were both writers. Anish Jung began her career as a writer in India. Okay. Even though in India she knew that if she writes in English knowing people will be less, and she would be a new writer. So there are possibilities that already less people are there knowing English, so how many of them would purchase her books? That was a question mark. Then also she began her career in India. She has been an editor and columnist in a number of newspapers, that all we will see. She has been an editor and columnist for major newspapers in India and abroad. Not only in India, but abroad also, in other countries also. She has written her columns in different newspapers, and she has also become the editor of those newspapers in other countries as well, and has authored several books. The following is an excerpt from her book titled Lost Spring, Stories of Stolen Childhood, as I already mentioned. Okay. Here she analyzes the grinding poverty and traditions which condemn these children to a life of exploitation. So for these children, you see, even though they are there in free India, they are not free. Exploitation is again what? A sort of slavery. किसी का शोषण करते हैं, वो भी क्या है? वो गुलामी का ही एक भाग है, स्टूडेंट्स. Okay, working for more hours and not getting enough pay. Okay, that is again a type of slavery, I feel. Okay, we'll begin the lesson straightforward. Sometimes I find a rupee in the garbage, the first line of this lesson. Who says? Sahib says कि कोई दफ़ा मुझे कचरे में से 1 रुपये मिल जाता है. Why do you do this? I ask Sahib. I means the writer, Anish Jung. Anish Jung, remember? It is a name of a female writer. Anish can be male also, female also. Here it is a female writer. Why do you do this? I ask Sahib, whom I encounter every morning scrounging for gold in the garbage dumps of my neighborhood. So every day writer sees him. And what is he doing at that time? Just scrounging. Scrounging means searching something in the garbage. Okay. Sahib left his home long ago. Now where was his home? His home was there in Bangladesh, in the green fields. But the storm had swept away all their houses. Now they had nowhere to go. Even though it was a green area, nothing to eat. So all those people then migrated to India. and then they settled at this particular place called Simapuri. Now Simapuri is in the periphery of Delhi. Okay, if you go to Pakistan side border, you see at the border area plenty of blank area is there. Okay, so anybody coming into the border can be easily noticed. But if you go to Bangladesh side or border side near Bangladesh, there was hardly anything like border. People could easily come into India, people could easily go into Bangladesh. That sort of situation existed for a long time. Okay, there was hardly anything like border. You can say that one house is there, its some part is in Bangladesh, some part is in India. So there was hardly anything like border. So that's why these people basically were Bangladeshis, but then they migrated to India. Okay, because they knew that in India they would get any sort of work. So they would not have to go hungry. Okay, they would get at least something to eat. So Sahib left his home long ago, sat amidst the green fields of Dhaka. Dhaka is the capital of Bangladesh. His home is not even a distant memory. Recently he has left his house. There were many storms that swept away their fields and homes. His mother tells him. How did he come to know? He is very small. So his mother only told him that their homes and fields were both swept away by the storms. That is why they left looking for gold in the big city where he now lives. And big city over here is Delhi. And Simapuri is in the periphery of Delhi and in the border area of Delhi. I have nothing else to do. See, remember, writer's question was what? Why do you do this? Why do you try to find something in the garbage? And what his answer is, I have nothing else to do. और कुछ करने का है ही नहीं. Because that area is such, it is not developed, no industries are there where he can go and work. Almost nothing is there, it is a barren area, wilderness. Okay, he mutters, looking away, go to school, I say glibly. Okay, convincingly I told him, glibly means convincingly I told him. Why? Go to school. If you don't have anything to do, this is your school life age. So go to school. Realizing immediately how hollow the advice must sound, writer told, but writer realized that in this area no development is there. How will he go to school? There is no school in this area. How will he go to school? There is no school in my neighborhood. When they build one, I will go. That is Sahib's reply. अभी तो कोई स्कूल है नहीं, जब बनाएंगे तब मैं जाऊंगा. If I start a school, will you come? I asked, means the writer asked. And how she asked? Half jokingly. Half jokingly she asked कि मैं स्कूल चालू करूँ तो आएगा. Now, if you want to begin a school, students, you require at least 1 year's time. First to take permission from the government, then setting up the building, then setting up the other areas of school, classrooms, furniture, all those things will take a lot of time. So writer simply said that if I start a school, will you come? Writer also knows it can take a lot of time, but Sahib is a small boy. Sahib thinks that it can get over within a short time. Okay, so after a few days Sahib asks, yes, he says, smiling broadly कि हाँ स्कूल में जाने का तो he loves. Okay, a few days later I see him running up to me. Is your school ready? देखो ये छोटा बच्चा है इसलिए उसको पता नहीं कि स्कूल बनाना है तो उसमें कितना टाइम जाएगा. थोड़े दिनों के बाद ही आ गया. And he asked, आपका स्कूल रेडी हो गया? Okay, it takes longer to build a school, I say. राइटर ने क्या कहा? What I told you. कि school cannot be built in a few days. It will require a long time. Okay, then after you build the school, you have to recruit the teachers, other staff, all those people. You have to pay them. Then the students will come for admission and all that. I say, embarrassed at having made a promise that was not meant. The writer felt that she had made a wrong promise and she felt very ashamed कि यार जो प्रॉमिस मैं कर नहीं सकती थी वैसा मैंने कहा क्यों इसको. But promises like mine abound in every corner of this bleak world. This particular area which is there in the periphery of Delhi, it is what? It is a bleak area, very lonely area. And here sometimes some big people come, they observe, okay, and they give the promises. Some politicians come during the election time, they also give promises कि आपके लिए हम ये बनाएंगे, फिर कुछ होता ही नहीं है. Okay, so like those promises are found in plenty in these areas. So writer took some consolation from that. After months of knowing him, I asked him his name. As I told you, what was his name? Sahib-e-Alam, means the Lord of the universe. Sahib-e-Alam, he announces. He does not know what it means. उसको खुद को ही पता नहीं है कि उसके नाम का मतलब क्या है. But writer came to know. If he knew its meaning, Lord of the universe, he would have a hard time believing it. अगर वो मीनिंग जानता तो ये मीनिंग फिर मानने में, उसका मीनिंग उसको पता चल गया नाम का. अब नाम का मीनिंग पता चल गया है तो वो चीज़ मानने में उसको क्या है, बहुत डिफ़िकल्टी होती कि कहाँ से यार मैं पूरे ब्रह्मांड का मालिक हूँ, मुझे 2 टाइम खाना नहीं मिलता है, मुझे इतनी मेहनत करनी पड़ती है, कचरा उठाना पड़ता है, फिर मैं कहाँ से ब्रह्मांड का मालिक हूँ. अंडरस्टूड? Unaware of what his name represents, he roams the streets with his friends, an army of barefoot boys who appear like the morning birds and disappear at noon. Okay, now we are given a better idea about the other children of his age. The other children of his age, they normally roam in the group. Early in the morning they come out, they roam in that area, just picking the garbage and all that. And how they go? They don't have even chappals, slippers. They all are barefoot boys. पैर में कुछ पहनने के लिए है ही नहीं. That much poverty. And who appear like the morning birds. So they are compared with the morning birds. In the morning they are like morning birds. And disappear at noon. Noon में धूप ज़्यादा हो जाती है तो birds सब अपने घोंसले में चले जाते हैं. वैसा ही यहाँ है. Over the months, I have come to recognize each of them. Now writer notices them every day. Writer sees them every day. So writer has come to know each one of them. Entire group writer knows by now face. Why aren't you wearing chappals? I asked one. फिर उसके ही ग्रुप के एक बच्चे को पूछा. Why aren't you wearing chappals? My mother did not bring them down from the shelf. He answers simply. Now mother knows that they are not in position to purchase a chappal. So mother gives false excuses कि ऊपर पड़े हैं शेल्फ के ऊपर, उतारूंगी तब दूंगी. And that's what the poor child takes it true. यही वो सच मान लेता है. मम्मी ने कहा है कि ऊपर से उतारना है, शेल्फ पे से उतारना है. Okay. Even if she did, he will throw them away. Adds another who is wearing shoes that do not match. दूसरा बच्चा क्या बोलता है? अगर वो उतार के दे तो भी ये फेंक देगा. क्यों? यहाँ वो दूसरे बच्चे ने भी क्या है, he is wearing shoes but they are not matching each other. एक जूता कुछ और है, दूसरा जूता कुछ और है, दोनों पैर के है, बस वही काफ़ी है उनके लिए, भले वो मैच होते कि नहीं होते, that is a secondary thing. When I comment on it, he shuffles his feet and says nothing. I want shoes, says a third boy who has never owned a pair all his life. Okay, ऐसा एक तीसरा बच्चा बोलता है कि I want shoes. उसकी पूरी लाइफ में उसने ये पैर कभी मिली नहीं है जूतों की. Traveling across the country, I have seen children walking barefoot in cities on village roads. It is not lack of money, but a tradition to stay barefoot. यहाँ वो गलत बहाने देते हैं कि पैसे की कमी है, ऐसा नहीं. तो पैसे की कमी वो तो सबसे बड़ा रीज़न है, बट दे आर टेलिंग लाइज टू द पीपल कि भाई हमारा ट्रेडिशन है ऐसे बेयरफुट ही घूमने का. इज वन एक्सप्लेनेशन. आई वंडर इफ दिस इज द ओनली एन एक्सक्यूज टू एक्सप्लेन अवे अ परपेचुअल स्टेट ऑफ पॉवर्टी. परपेचुअल यानी इटरनल. ऐसा इनका पॉवर्टी का स्टेट है कि पॉवर्टी कभी ख़त्म ही नहीं होगी, ऐसा लगता है. पॉवर्टी विल कंटिन्यू फॉर एवर. हमेशा के लिए चलेगी, इनकी गरीबी का कोई इलाज नहीं है, ऐसा लगा. ओके. So students, here we get the idea how poor they are. They cannot even afford their chappals or slippers, whatever you call it. Shoes is a big dream for them. So here students we stop. In my next video we will continue from here. I hope you have got much more information about the writer and about the protagonist of the first story. Protagonist yani the central character, that is Sahil, in which sort of poverty he lives. Okay. In my next video we will see from there onwards. Till then, have a nice day.